the, not sure actually, it's 45 litres, not sure what brand. It's Trespass, there we go, Trespass.
It's a bit of a trial, we've got a 45 litre.
And then we've got a Kestrel. Is it an Osprey or is it a Kestrel?
Osprey, it's a 68 litres.
Doesn't feel too bad, but I haven't walked any miles yet, so we'll see. How's that feel, Andrew?
Feels good.
What's this here? Can you tell us about this?
What we got in?
OEX. That's a jet boil, isn't it?
Oh yeah, jet ball.
Yeah.
Gas at the bottom.
Gas at the bottom.
Pack the tea bags ready.
Got the tea bags.
Got
Got
the support here.
kitchen sink in here as well, I think. Happy days. This is where we'll be coming back to on Saturday morning.
Let's see if we're going to be smiling on Saturday.
Here's the start of the West Highland Way, just in that direction there. And it's the left. So it looks a pretty decent path.
And a right.
And a right here. Next stop, Killian and Drymen. So we're now about 3 miles in. We've got some proper Scottish hoods up weather, so enjoying
Scottish summer.
Enjoying this Scottish summer, handy. So we've just gone past Craigillian Loch, about just over 3 miles in. Would have been a lovely place to wild camp there, I think, just either side of a loch, waking up. But we need about, I don't know, another 3-4 miles or so tonight to just help us on our way. So the plan is that we're going to do it's 96 miles of West Highland Way, but I've never done Ben Nevis before, which is very close to the West Highland Way, finish up in Fort William. And we're going to take a bit of a detour on the last day, so day 4/5. We're planning on doing that. So today we've got here sort of fairly late, we've only got a couple of hours to walk, trying to get to about 6-7 miles. Then that'll leave us about 50 miles to do in 2 days. We're going to try and finish it, the whole walk, in four days, and then not including this little bit tonight, so about 4.25 days really is the aim. So let's see how we get on. So these buildings over here, I've been told by Andy, is what, Glengoyne Distillery?
That's the best accent we could do.
That's the best Scottish accent we've got.
But currently walking on the railway of Blaine Valley.
Blaine Valley Railway. So we'll look it up.
Decent track to walk on. It's all right.
Yeah, we've got similar back home, the Cloud Trail. We've got Tissington Trail, haven't we? Similar. Not as wide, I don't think this one is, but
it's not a tough walk at all, this bit.
No, it's very, very flat, quite nice. And you've got some stunning views in the background as well. Some mountains over there with a bit of clouds on top. Lovely to see. So that's about halfway through, a bit over halfway through the first stage, about 11 or 12 miles or so. And that's that public path to Glengoyne Distillery, just over there, as we pointed out. So if we'd have come here on a bit clearer day, a bit earlier, probably would have stopped in there. It'd been a nice place to stop in the day, so maybe another time. Going past the Beech Tree pub. Looks like it's probably shut at this time of day, but open earlier in the day. We've got a few animals there. Hello. Hello, buddy. One more there. And we've got some mini Shetland ponies in here. Come and say hello.
There you go.
Buddy. There we go, so this is the honesty box.
We're about 8 miles in at the minute, it's getting pretty dark, so we've got to start camping in a minute.
Yeah, got the lights on there, but yeah.
Old telephone box, and it's got midge nets, camping stove, gas, various drinks, crisps, cakes. A little bit more expensive than you thought, but it's well worth it, what you need. What about that? 250.
Spot for tonight. We found a good one, so here we go.
We're 3 hours in, 14 kilometres done.
Yeah, it's about 9 miles or so done, I think, tonight. And we got 4 miles of sort of the first stage left, so yeah, pretty good. Pleased with that.
Well, good morning. Oh.
Morning, Andy.
Bit of a rough one, that.
Yeah, not the best night's sleep. Had better night's sleep, I must say, but that view's pretty nice to wake up to. Good morning, and setting off on day 2. So as you can see behind me, got 4 miles to Drymen, which is the end of the first day stage of the 8 stages that you traditionally do walking. We're going to go past that probably in just over an hour's time this morning, get ourselves some breakfast there, and then kick on towards Loch Lomond. It'll be a nice walk today to go and see the loch. So today's breakfast, we're going for a few jelly babies. Hitting the spot very nicely.
Right. Got a proper breakfast at the campsite, I think.
Little weir there. Now let's see the other side. Lovely stuff. There we go. And a nod to the Shire. Slow hobbits on the way. There we go, look. The weather's held out, and we do have one dry man today.
One dry man today.
We're called Andy. Another honesty shop on the way. So we just stopped by the first camping point at Drymen and got ourselves an orange juice and an apple juice each.
Apple juice.
About 150 each, really, Andy?
Yeah, 150 and £1 for crisps, so
£1 for crisps and £1 for a pack of Jaffa cakes, so yeah, pretty reasonable there.
We have passed 2 honesty boxes on the way.
We've been 2 or 3.
We weren't open though, so I reckon about 9 onwards it might be.
Yeah, I think the first honesty box we stopped at was probably about double the price of that, but it was only a little one in a phone box, but we needed it at the time. Had sort of like a flapjacky kind of thing and a can of pop for £5 each, so yeah, it's probably about double the price of this one. So if you can hold out to the campsite, it's probably a good idea.
No cooked food.
So just come around the corner a bit and you can actually see our first sighting of Loch Lomond. So I think that's Conic Hill just in front. We're not going to go over that, but that is an optional bit you can add on for route. You can also add on Ben Lomond a bit further up. I don't think we'll do that either because it's about 7 miles on to an already busy day, and with Ben Nevis at the end of our walk we do want to save our legs a little bit. We're about a mile or 2 out of Drymen now. Nice little bridge over a bit of water.
What a place to camp down there or something.
Yeah, good little spot for wild camping.
I wouldn't mind it being next to a stream.
Nice and undercover on this little passage.
To your right.
So a bit of a climb up that last stretch. We've now come to a crossing point where you can go on the Milngavie trail in those directions. West Highland Way heads this way towards, not even going to try and pronounce that, but a car park that starts with a G. There we go, I've given up on the pronunciation back there, but I'm going to call it the Gary Barlow car park. So there's a few caravans pitched up here and camper vans, so looks like this car park. There we go.
No height restrictions.
Good one to camp in. No height restrictions, you can get your van in.
Which loch you next to?
Right next to Loch Lomond, this one. There we go, so we're here. We're just heading down, we'll go to Balmaha. You can go, we're going to take the low route and not go over Conic Hill. And then we'll be on the side of Loch Lomond.
I think we're going to find a place to go for a bit of a swim, I think.
Yeah, hopefully. Find a good little place to swim. Oh,
probably.
That looks quite close, looks like you could possibly swim to that island. Probably not today, but... So we should be heading down to Loch Lomond soon. You can just see it peeking over the trees in the distance. Got a fairly clear day for it by Scottish conditions. It's not raining. So we had two options. One was to go over Conic Hill, which was about 300 to 400 metres of climbing, or to stay on the low route and go towards Loch Lomond. So we have decided to take that low route. We'll get through a little bit more today, bearing in mind we have got that Ben Nevis climb tagged onto the end of it as well. So yeah, that's the plan. So there's a good view of Conic Hill there, which does remind us of the Dragon's Back in the Peak District of Crome Hill, but probably a bit taller, I'd say. So nearly 10 miles into today, probably 5 to 6 miles into the stage, heading towards Balmaha. So we're nearly at the joining up point for when we come back over, would have come back over Conic Hill. So yeah, making good progress today. And it's only like 10:30 and we've been up 3.5 hours walking, and yeah, about 10 miles in, so really pleased with the progress today. There's St Mocha coffee shop and ice cream parlour. There's a little village shop next door as well. A nice sausage cob there. There's Andy tucking into his. Any good?
Just actually, yeah, very nice.
So we're in Balmaha and we've just gone past Tom Weir's Rest, so I'm going to try and find out a bit about Tom Weir on this sign here. Here's a bit about Tom Weir MBE, who was Scotland's most loved mountain man apparently. Sounds like a bit of an adventurer and a mountaineer. I'm probably doing him a bit of a disservice here, but yeah, Tom Weir. So there was one of these at the start, and yeah, water taps, Scottish water. There you go, fill up your bottles.
30k in?
About sort of, yeah, 18 miles, 30k in. So that's your first sort of fill up there. That's our first proper view of Loch Lomond. So beautiful. Right on the edge of Loch Lomond.
Get the calves in.
Get your calves in, yeah. Beastie calves there. Tell he's a cyclist.
I'm only half of a Jack Grealish to you.
It's a bit of a climb up here, but we have been enjoying a lot of flat walking, so it's about time we did pull our finger out and do a little bit of climbing and hill walking. So there we go. And time for a little descent now. So we've gone up a little bit on the peninsula and might be able to sneak some lovely views of Loch Lomond. And a surprise appearance, a bit of sun's come out, so we've not seen that a lot on this trip. There we go, this bit looks absolutely perfect to go for a bit of a wild swim. So would you look at that? Look at that backdrop for a swim. Lovely stuff. Okay, so here we've come up to the first camping management zone sign. So between there's this and another sign, there's an area where you can't camp on the West Highland Way. So this was why we tried to get out and do about 8 miles last night, so we were further up the walk today, because there's about, I think, a 10 or a 15 mile stretch where we can't camp. So we've got to get a little bit further than that because we come between March and September. So yeah, for wild camping we've got to head a bit further up the trail. Hopefully we've got enough time to do that today. It's only 12:30 now. We've got a good sort of 8 hours if needs be of walking to do. So yeah, we'll try and get beyond that no camping zone and pitch up and find a good spot for wild camping a bit further up the loch tonight. Well, just a bit of a check-in. We're about 11.5 miles into today, about sort of 1:45, 1 o'clock time. How you feeling, Andy?
Pretty good actually. Shoulders are a bit sore with the bag weight, so whoever's doing it over 4 days, I really think about how much weight you're going to be carrying. But no, really good so far. Nice.
Yeah, I think I feel a bit refreshed having that swim. Really done us a bit of good. Lifted the spirits. Not that they were dropping, but yeah. And
just
probably
clearing camping zone now.
Yeah, just trying. The next target's to clear the camp zone about another 10 miles and get as far as we can up the trail. So actually walking next to Loch Lomond, not as boggy as I might have thought it would have been. There's a lovely forest sort of path right into the forest there. And then on your right hand side and then on the left hand side you've got that lovely views there. If you just nip down one of these, you can keep going to these little inlets and just get in, have a swim every time you feel like it. So if you come in peak of summer, it's quite warm, just hop in for a swim, cool off for a bit, then yeah, you're back on the trail. These sort of paths, so you're kept well out of the conditions, out of the heat, and probably sheltered a little bit from the rain if you're walking here too. So yeah, really impressed with this little stretch here.
I don't know if we'll get back on it then, mate.
Them hills. Well, checking in again, probably about another hour down the road since the last check-in, and it's been a bit of a grueling path, this one. Lots of ups and downs and a bit of tricky terrain. Just show you a bit of that underfoot. So yeah, we just seem to be constantly climbing up and down next to Loch Lomond, but not making too much forward progress. Really slowed down from this morning. So the plan for tonight is we're going to try and camp up at a bothy. We've seen one that's it's probably like 7 or 8 miles from here. I think we're on, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 miles. But yeah, if we could camp up in the bothy, that would be great, because save pitching a tent. We could probably get there for about 9 o'clock tonight, which is a little later than we planned on walking, since we've been out since just after 7 this morning. But if we can get to camp at the bothy, and it takes quite a bit of time off tomorrow's walk, is the important one, that we don't really spend too much energy on tomorrow's walk and can recover before the big day on Thursday, before we try and get towards Ben Nevis on Friday. So yeah, that's a bit of a plan. Let's see how we get on. It could be that we end up camping just short of a bothy, but ideally if we could get to the bothy, it'd be a better place to sleep really. Just hope it's not full. The felled tree there, and to be honest, if that didn't slip over, it'd be a nice little place to pitch up and camp, right? Good bit of shelter.
Like Joe Root.
Cricket fan is Andy. So let's see if there's any room at the inn in the bothy.
Well,
so here we are, got to the bothy. It looks like, I mean, there's one roll mat down, a couple of chairs around, but looks like we definitely got somewhere to sleep tonight, with a roof, with a fire. Happy days. You happy with this, Andy?
I'm very happy. So he's putting the tent up and down for a bit.
Brilliant.
You going up there?
Bit high for me, I'm scared of heights, mate. Morning, it's now about 20 to 7 on Wednesday morning, so day 2 of our trip. So here we are, just waking up in the bothy. It's Rowardennan, or however you pronounce that, bothy. Andy's just doing a bit of foot repair. I'm going to have a little walk down to the loch and take you with me. Well, I've got a croissant for breakfast, so yeah, just stepping out of a bothy. Here's where we stopped last night. It was a welcome break from putting a tent up, and yeah, we've not got to pack that tent up in the morning, which we can get a quicker start. So just down in this direction, probably about a 2 or 3 minute walk, is Loch Lomond. So let's walk down here, and I'm going to have my croissant this morning. And here we have it, chocolate filled croissant. So I've been struggling to find a few breakfast things whilst I've been out here, but I have stocked up at one of the stops we had was about 10 miles before here, so it's a good chance to stock up and get some food. So yeah, there was croissants, we sell like all chocolate bars and stuff as well. Been having biscuits, Jaffa cakes, not the healthiest, but you just need a bit of stodgy food to get you through, I think, give you a bit of energy. So here's the little spot in front of the lake. I come down here for a little dip and a wash last night. It does look quite cold with it. It is a little bit windier this morning, looks a bit dark, but actually last night the water temperature was pretty good. I've been swimming outdoor recently in probably warmer conditions than this, back closer to home, and it's not been as warm as it has been here. So it's been really nice to get out in the water here. We'll just start my day by having a croissant down here. It's just a very peaceful place to be. There's a few little boats that go past, but yeah, just a nice part of the area really.